What are you doing here today and what are your names?
I go by Bo, and I'm here because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation getting spread around, and I just want to show support for other trans people or people who are exploring their gender identities and let them know that that's okay and there's nothing wrong with that.
What do you mean by saying misinformation?
I'm seeing a lot of signs about parents upset that gender is being taught in schools along with other things, and they're pretty upset about that. And I understand that they might be scared that it's information they might not want their kids to know, but that doesn't make the information not true, if that makes sense. I mean, it should be common knowledge, I feel like, that gender expression is not biological. You're not born wanting long hair, you're not born wanting to wear pink or liking trucks. It's all taught to us by the society we live in. So exploring different roles, different clothes, different ways of being addressed really has nothing to do with biology, if that makes sense.
How about you?
I'm here today also because this sort of misinformation, it really does hurt trans kids. People end up not being able to live with their families anymore because they don't support their identities. People end up homeless, they can't have access to health care, and trans people fought really hard in this country to get those rights, and it hurts to see that people want to take them away again because it really does cost people their lives.
How do you think, is this topic still stigmatized in Canada?
I'd say it depends on the group that you're speaking to. I mean, with all of my social groups, we talk about how gender affects us and how gender roles affect us in society all the time, and it's really fascinating, and there are papers written about it, and it's kind of it's just a really interesting topic, but for some people they see it as taboo and forbidden, and you shouldn't talk about gender in society, and I think that's very heavily enforced by society on purpose, because the more divided people are, the easier they are to control and to make them miserable, which is how capitalism runs, by making people miserable. I feel like being transgender is really just expressing yourself and not being afraid of social stigma and social shame is revolutionary and terrifying, because it kind of tears the whole system apart. And the system is kind of built with a defense mechanism to shame that out of people. So then you see things like this, people who are defending the system because they benefit from it. And it's no, we all suffer under this system. We're not telling cisgender kids that they can't be cis. We just want people to stop telling trans kids that they're not real, because that hurts them. I've been trans my whole life, and by that I mean I've just never fit into societal gender norms, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no law that says that you have to fit into societal gender norms, and that's pretty much the center of it, is that if you don't vibe with your society's gender norms, which are made up, then that's okay. And the continued sort of indoctrination of children into gender norms is actually extremely harmful. So it's almost both sides agree on the same thing, but I guess just emotions get in the way of it. It's really frustrating.
How about you? Do you feel like this topic is still stigmatized?
I would say people with transgender identities do face medical discrimination, employment discrimination. It's much harder to access services if you're openly trans. I know a lot of trans people feel like they have to hide their trans identity to get the same treatment as others. So I'd say, it's still quite stigmatized. And if you're openly trans, I think every trans person could give an example of facing stigma or not being accepted because of their identity. I don't think any of the people here protesting against gender being taught in schools, I don't think that they could say they've faced the same stigma for not being trans, but I guess you'd have to ask them to know.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.